EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Boston Championship. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobila. We're at the TPC Boston here in Massachusetts. And Frank, what kind of a golf course are we facing today?
Big golf course, very much a sort of an inland link style. Gil Hands and Brad Fax, and they've tweaked it over the last few years. It's been a staple on the FedEx Cup playoffs since 2007.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
And with that birdie, tied at the top.
Frank, the best in the game, they like to see a par 5 early. What's the second hole all about?
A couple of bunkers down the right side. This hole was renovated back in 2010. They sort of changed the mounding on the green, took a bunker away on the left, and now that second shot is daunting, even for the best players.
Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Not a huge miss, Frank, but did lose this just a little to the right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to catch a piece of the green, though.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. So the short miss, and those are painful. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket.
Dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Frank, you've talked about this sort of New England feel they gave this golf course when they remodeled it. This is a pretty good example here at the third hole.
Yeah, that stone wall behind just sort of makes the golf course look like it's been there forever. They have tweaked the green a little bit on that left side, created a little bit of a ridge. You can sort of play the ball off that if you know where you're going. Surely not.
Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Frank, at 298 yards, the fourth is reachable for just about every professional. What might scare them off?
Well, that bunker on the left, that's really actually a chance to showcase your skills, and that's where you realize how much better professional golfers are. A good bunker play, especially on a hole like 4, and then you will get well rewarded.
This is a great place for a fan to watch, isn't it?
It is. You see so many different short shots around this green. The bunker shots from the left side, if you hit it over the back on the right, the little bump and run through the little valley in the green. Fun hole to watch.
Perfectly placed tee shot will set up an eagle opportunity, but then you see quite a few bogeys made here as well.
Yeah, if you stray a little bit, leave the ball too far short, then you have to play that pitch across the bunker. That's no fun.
This is a good-looking shot. Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance. And getting ready for the putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Back on the tee here at the 5th, Frank, this one is not drivable.
Oh, that's for sure. Two bunkers. The one that most of the players really worry about is the one down the left side. 300 yards to carry that.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Good strike. Good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Racking them and stacking them, that's 12 under par now for the tournament. We're at the 7th hole now, a Boston strong 600-yard par 5.
But it's reachable. There's enough mound there. If a tee shot catches one of those mounds, it could kick another 20 or 30 yards and certainly make this reachable.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one.
Second shot.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short, or is there anything I have to carry? And even, remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. On to the 8th hole, Frank. Nice par 3.
Yeah, this is where the accurate iron player will definitely get an advantage over the field. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, I love a hot dog and a soda at the turn. How hard is it to take a giant bite out of this 9th hole? Looks tough.
It is. Everything sort of bends where those 2 bunkers are, and they're sort of 350 yards to get past that. And there's an annoying little bunker that's about 30 yards short of this green. So you have to be precise with both the first and the second shot.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Drops for a par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
315. Frank, he's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Moving on to the 11th here, Frank, and this par 3 has to be the toughest here at TPC Boston, 231 yards. How do you handle this one?
Well, it plays a little uphill, so this hole really does suit the high ball flyers. There's a big ridge in the middle of the green, so when that flag's on the back, you've got to hit your best shot. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Yeah, it was a little over-ambitious.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Locked in on the read and the speed. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
12th hole now, looking at 461 yards on this par 4.
It doesn't look like there's much trouble off the tee, and that's because the trouble's with the second shot, that hazard to the right of the screen.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
Still a snack, though.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. And another par 4 here at the 13th TPC Boston.
This is a slugger's paradise. Plays much longer than its 450 yards uphill. Big carry with the tee shot. That second shot's not exactly short either.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Birdie try again here today. Has it. Good putt right there. Frank, the 14th, this is a dogleg left, 495 yards. Another case where the driver will set everything up.
But you have to avoid those mounds on the left. They'll just snag your ball.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Frank, the 14th, a shortish 495-yard hole.
Only because it's downhill. If you can get that ball running down the fairway, then it certainly sets up a good second shot into this stout par 4.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, earlier in the day, we were talking about how this round was pretty much off the rails. I'm shocked that he's put it back together.
Yeah, he looked early on completely out of it.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
Now a putt for par.
So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into 2 sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now, try to walk away with the par. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, I thought it was going in just off the mark by a fraction. Clean this up with a tap. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Frank, the par 5 18th here at TPC Boston, this is a chance to be a hero.
Oh, there is. The mere mortals play it down the left side. Everything slopes from left to right. But that bunker with a puff of breeze behind, if you can carry that, you are one of the longest hitters around. I'm loving that balance.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully. Well, with a good shot here, Rich, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.